Today I'm taking the time to finally, after a couple of years, redo this tabletop in our dining room. It's a beautiful piece of wood, and you can start to see the grains are coming out. I've already put a top layer of stripper on here. As you can see, I need to put some more to get this off, but this is the wood right here that you can see. In some kind of way, it kind of looks cool like that. Kind of really distressed, huh? But I'm going to go around here, and as you notice, there's different colors of the wood naturally underneath here, which is kind of what I want to bring out. The reason why I'm redoing this is because it used to be used in my other house as a catch-all table, and there was no other table. So this is a beautiful dining piece that goes along with the china cabinet over there, and what we're going to do is restore the top of it so I can show it off again, because I found myself covering it by runners and all kinds of stuff so you couldn't see the deep scratches that were in here from the catch-all table. And they're off now, of course, but I'm going to go back and put some more stripper on here, let it sit for another half hour, then come back and strip this off. Big chunk still right in through here. Then once I do, I'm going to come back with mineral spirits and wipe it down and clean it off, and it gets all of this off. All the oils, everything. And then I start the sanding process, which I'm going to do very lightly before I put the original stain back on here. So the stain will be the same color as this, and I don't know, I just might end up liking the tabletop as this color it is, but I've got to match, you know, the legs and everything like that. So on the next go around, I'll come back and show you how I'm stripping it off. I'm using, and they say to use plastic so you don't scrape the wood, but I kind of use this, and I'm very gentle with it. And in this bag here, you can see all this gunk. That's all of the stuff that was on top of it. Doesn't that look gross? Just in time for Halloween. Kind of looks like guts. Maybe I should save it. Just leave it, throw it out on the porch for the trick-or-treaters. They're not going to know what it is, and they won't knock on my door for candy. How's that? And, you know, we're going to use a fast-drying polyurethane after it's all said and done. And there's the color. The red mahogany is going to go back on here. And then we're going to come with a fine sanding block. When you sand, you want to sand in the same direction. You don't want to use a circular kind of hand sander on here, because as you can see, we've got a grain going this way and we've got a grain going this way, and if I were to put a sanding on here, it's going to rotate and it's really going to scrub this up. So I don't want to do that. I'm going to have to sand the same direction that the wood's going. So each section is going to take some time, because as you can see over here, this one's going this way, then when I come over here, this is going this way, and I will show you that on part 2. Here's the product I use, not the 2 products, but it comes in 2 different ways. In the can here, if you prefer to spray it on, you can do that, versus if you prefer the gel, where you can get a brush and just wipe it all over the table pretty thick. Let it sit for about 30 minutes and start seeing it lift up. But I love this stuff because it smells like oranges, doesn't have the nasty fumes that the other strippers use. But you know, the other thing too is putting a drop cloth underneath the table just in case any of the stripper falls, because I am doing this inside and these are beautiful wooden floors. But here's what it looks like. You can see it bubbling up. This has been on there for maybe about 10 minutes now, and I'm going to let it sit for another 20 minutes. This side I kind of slathered on pretty thick because it was still pretty thick over here. I didn't spray that much, I guess, on it the first go around. This is pretty much how it looks after you put the gel stripper on, or the spray. Just depending on what project that I'm doing, I prefer the gel and or the spray. The gel for thicker paints, you know, I like, because it seems you can put it on pretty thick and it seems to really penetrate a little bit better. But on this table here, since the surface wasn't really that thick to strip, I prefer spraying it. To me, it's a little bit quicker. And but both products, I like them both. Just depends on what you like. And this is how the table's looking right now. So I'll come back when I start getting ready to use a little spatula again to pull this up. Okay, this is what I used to clean the table off. I've already taken the second time around, taking all of the old stain and varnish off. And this is what the table looks like. Isn't that pretty, just like that? You can see all the grain inside the wood, the different coloring. I'm almost tempted to just leave it like that and put a varnish on top of it. It really looks pretty like that. I'm always for letting the natural wood show through. But now that this is nice and clean, and I used a clean cloth to take off all the excess, and now what we need to do is get a sander, and I'm not going to really, I'm going to use a fine, because this wood is really, really pretty. Like I said, I'm almost tempted, but we got to sand it down so that the stain can soak in it. And I'm just going to put a really light stain on it. I'm not going to go very dark. But as I continue to look at this, I'm almost tempted to just leave it like that. It's very, very pretty. But then as you can see, the contrast over there, it's not going to match the china cabinet again. So, anyways, looking at it like that, those are the legs. This does have a big leaf, so I can sit 8 comfortably in here right now. I sit 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yep. But these dining rooms are not very, very big. Oh, also what I wanted to show you, these are all my great-great-grandma's teacups. And Mom had them stacked away, and I took them out and built these little shelves for them. Tea time in England, the British, yes I do have 39% British in me. And this is my great-grandma Jessie Earl. She was born August 5th, 1880, passed away January 14th, 1962. I was 2 years old. Ha ha ha. It gives you my age, huh? If you can count. But these are so pretty. And it's something I will cherish. They're all hand painted. I don't know if you can see that. This one's my favorite. You don't see ones like this. They're all hand painted. This is a little creamer from China, from England. Little sugar. And there's a really tiny black one. So anyways, getting back to the table here, I do get sidetracked. I almost don't want to sand this. I'll let you know what I decide to do. Wow, look at how pretty that is. You know, it's a lot darker. It's still kind of wet. It's a lot darker than what I showed you previously. But all of the little knots and parts of the wood grains in here, I'm just going to leave it. It pretty much matches the cabinet over there. I could put one more coat if I want, but I still love seeing the wood grains come through. So it's drying right now. You see some wet spots. And once this dries, give it a few hours, then I can come back and put the epoxy on it. First coat of epoxy, let it dry, then sand it down a little bit, wipe it down, another coat of epoxy, and then that should be it. But I'm so glad I did this table. Now I can show it off because I've been hiding things on it to, you know, cover up all the nasty little marks that were on here. But see what happens when you take the time to restore and bring it back to its original. It is beautiful. So I'm so glad that I did this, and now for the holidays my table will be ready and I won't be embarrassed to hide it. Taz over there is coming in to see the table. Let's see where she's at. Now she's going to go up on the window. She's been chasing, there was a big fat fly, so it kind of kept her busy, and I think she's all tuckered out. But anyways, I will show you what it looks like after I put the epoxy on here. Don't know if you'll be able to tell the difference. You might see a little bit more of a shine, but I'm not going to make it super, super shiny because I still love the look of this, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Here is the finished product. Here is the table. I ended up putting an acrylic, like a polyacrylic coating on the table after I stained it. And the reason why I did that is because the surface is going to be a lot harder, not as easy to scratch. But didn't it come out really pretty? I think so. So you've got the different colors of the wood in here anyways, and I didn't want to cover it completely. But this video doesn't do it justice. You have to really see it in person. But anyways, I wanted to show you the final product. I have about, I think, 4 coats of the polyacrylic on here. So this should stay for quite a while, and it's easy to wash with a little bit of soap and water, even just a wet rag, and then it shines right back up. I did this with a living room coffee table as well, and I really liked it. It was easy to dust, clean. If anything spilled on it, it didn't soak through. So you might want to think about, when you're refinishing, trying the polyacrylic and go from there.